So as I was sort of saying that I'm just going to share my screen and I'll go to my Binance and just explain a bit about Binance. You know, like how you can, you know, open up a Binance account, how you can fund it so you can purchase crypto and from there do various things with crypto. I was going to go through just a trading strategy that I've just been using recently that other people that sort of know a bit about trading have been using. That's nothing technical at all. It's sort of much more simpler than most of the trading that we've done, and it only works because the whole crypto market's in a bull run. It's continually going up in value, but might as well start with sharing my screen, I guess. Okay, that's Binance.
So the first fundamental is we don't take shorts.
That's about the only rules of this strategy.
What shorts? Sells.
No bloody shorts in Toowoomba, that's for sure.
No. Yes.
You can see he hates the Toowoomba.
Just give me a minute while my computer actually gets around to doing what I want it to do. My computer works fine, it just doesn't do anything. Got the circle of death going on here.
Reboot.
Yeah, I think I will just do that. Get rid of that tab, start a new one. So you can get a referral link off somebody to open up a Binance account. If you know somebody that's got one. I think everybody that's on Binance does have a referral link. You don't get much for it. You get a small percentage of all the fees they charge on the people that you've referred. So if you just want to go and type in Binance.com and open up an account, you can do that. Nobody's going to get too upset. Or if you grab, a referral link. Some of them have advantages for both people. Let me just check because I haven't had a look for a while.
I just got the app on my phone. I haven't really done anything with it yet.
So if you've got the app on your phone, you do already have a Binance account, so you can still log into that same account from the web like this. Yeah. So there's two with Binance. There's two ways the referral program can work. The default one, if I just copy my referral ID here and send it to somebody, I'll receive 20% of the fees generated from any of the purchases and trading that you do, and you'll receive nothing out of the deal. You can, which is normally how a referral link works, but you can somewhere here you can just generate a new link and you can just tailor it to suit. So I could say I get 10% and you save 10%. So you'll pay 10% less fees and I'll make 10% of the fees. So we both win-win, but I wouldn't even really worry about that one way or the other. You can just, other than that, you can just open up a Binance account without providing any KYC identification or anything like that. But you won't be able to purchase crypto from Binance if you haven't done KYC. So I haven't done KYC. I've just always sent some crypto to Binance and done things with it from there. But if you want to use Binance to purchase, and you can do credit card, bank deposits, all the usual sort of things. But if you haven't done your ID verification, when you click on that to do it, it's going to prompt you to do it. So it's up to you whether you want to purchase through there or do it somewhere else. Now, there is a heck of a lot of different things on Binance, and we're not even going to get into a fraction of them today. So let's start with you've got your normal wallet. There's sort of quite a few different wallets as well. So this is my fiat and spot wallet. Spot just means non-leveraged trading. So if you do spot trading, it means you're just buying and selling crypto. There's no leverage involved. And then on the trades tab here, you know, you've got like margin trading, that means leverage. Advanced is also leverage, but margin just means leverage. Now I don't have a lot of money in here, but you can just see it'll give you a Bitcoin value for everything. And because I've selected AUD as my currency, it gives me the AUD. So this might not be all Bitcoin. This might be some Ethereum, some Bitcoin, some cake and some syrup or whatever else you want to call it. But it's just giving you the Bitcoin value of all of that money that you have in Binance altogether, which is 1,300 Australian dollars. And so just give you all the fiat balances here. So I have 0 Australian dollars in there. But down here, I've got 1,000 USDT. I'm definitely not going to get into what all the different crypto coins are because that's above and beyond me for most of them, as far as exactly what they are and what they do and the whole purpose of them. A great majority of them don't really have a purpose in life, but that doesn't mean you can't still trade them and make money. But USDT is just US dollar tether. So it's what they call a stable coin. A stable coin, and there's a fair few of them these days, but a stable coin is simply one that is directly pegged to the US dollar. So 1 USDT will always equal 1 US dollar. I think sometimes it can be like 99 cents or $1.01, but it should always be 1 US dollar. So I've got, you know, 1,000.
We can fund it with just a normal credit key card, can't we?
Class. Every time I'm on a Zoom, the dog wants to do that. Every single time lately. And it's probably like, you know, a mouse squeaked 4 blocks away or something. Anyway, what was the question, Des?
Funding your Binance account, just normal Visa card, eh? Can be.
Visa, bank deposit, all of that. So you got the full range of funding options once you've done your KYC.
Right. Yep.
But yeah, so as you can see before, it showed me the Bitcoin value I had in there and the fiat equivalent, the Aussie dollar equivalent, and that's made up of USDT, a little bit of DOT, Theta, little tiny wee little bit of Bitcoin. Most of those are just tiny little balances because I've just been doing some trading against the US dollar lately.
And is that what you have? What you see there for that? Is that your Binance trading account?
No, this is just my spot account. Just give me 2 seconds. So the spot account isn't your trading account. So when you put funds in, it'll end up in your spot account. If you've just purchased or swapped some coins, they'll be in your spot account. When you want to do some trading, then you'll have to transfer it across to a trading account as well. And there's a few different trading accounts. You've got your margin trading, which can be either cross leverage or leverage trading. And then you've got your different futures ones as well. But as I said, there's a lot in Binance. You don't need to know very much of it all to start with. So tonight I'm just going to focus on what I think is the easiest way to trade. And tonight that strategy is going to be the one that's sort of the safest. It's the safest. It is very, very safe, but I just want to point out it's only safe while the crypto market's in a bull run. As soon as that changes, unfortunately, there are a lot of people at the moment that are doing really well trading crypto, and they're brand new to trading, probably brand new to crypto as well. And they just will be already, they'll have the opinion that trading is super easy and they can't really do any wrong, because all you got to do at the moment is purchase or do buy orders or longs, as they're called, and wait until the value goes up. And at the moment, basically all the coins are always going up. Like, I mean, obviously it's not quite as simple as that. You still want to do a little bit of an analysis on what you're going to get into. And for me personally, I'm only going to do trades like this on coins that I feel have some good long-term potential. And for the reason being for that is that if I was just to buy some DOT, I wouldn't care if it went down in value for a while because I'm confident that it's going to go up. Something like Cardano, Ethereum, Litecoin, I would be happy just to buy them and hold them. Even if they went down in value, I'm still confident that they're going to go up. Even if it took a year, they're still going to go up, and then I'd be in front again. So that's the whole idea of this strategy, is to not just buy a coin and hold it until it goes up in value, but to actually buy it on a leveraged trade, so that when it goes up, so if it goes up 10% on a 2 times leverage trade, then you're actually going to make 20% profit because it's 2 times leverage. Just give me a second, guys. I've got to keep these animals.
Yeah, what's wrong with his dog?
What's
Binance.
Binance?
It's
Yeah.
a broker company.
Oh, see, okay. I thought it was a new word for.
Okay, the dog's at the pound now. It's in timeout anyway. Yeah, so you can, does it make sense that, right, like let's just go with Ethereum. Ethereum's quite high at the moment. So if you were to buy Ethereum now, well, actually, I think it's going to keep going up, but, you know, generally if something's quite high, if you buy it now, there's a good chance it could go down a bit. But with something like Ethereum, which is very obviously as good as a crypto coin gets, even if you had to hold it for a year, eventually it's going to come back up and surpass the value you bought it at, and you actually end up in front, which is what most people have done recently. I'm just talking about here with trading it, so on low leverage, and low leverage is what I'm talking about is 5 times leverage at the very most. That would be high leverage for this low leverage trading we're talking about. So like with a 5 times leverage trade, that coin's going to have to lose 20% of its value for you to lose your money. And this, for a couple of reasons, but to keep it simple as well, I'm not even using stop losses on these trades. I'm just placing a trade on low leverage, assuming even if the market goes down, it's eventually going to turn around and come back up. And when it does, it gets into profit and happy days. And the lower the leverage, the more that market has to go against you before you're actually going to lose. So if you're on a 2 times leverage trade, the value of that coin is going to have to halve. So if that was Bitcoin, which is at about, I don't even know what's at the moment, $55,000, $56,000, Bitcoin would have to drop down to $28,000 for you to lose that trade. Yeah, so that's a lot of movement. Like a 20% movement, crypto will do that from time to time. So if it's a coin that's pretty volatile, I'll go lower than 5 times leverage, and that'll just give it plenty of time to play out. At the moment, though, when it dips down, it's not for long and it comes straight back up. So I know a lot of people, mostly from the MBA community, and this is how they're trading at the moment. And they're just putting all of their crypto into these low leverage trades and then just absolutely killing it. Simple as that. And the reason they're absolutely killing it is because all the trades are winning. It's not like they're doing an analysis, they're placing a close stop loss and all of that. And if the market goes against them a little bit, bang, they've had a losing trade, and, you know, hopefully they win 60% and lose 40%, and that makes them a nice profitable trader. Doing this, you know, they're winning 99% of their trades. Sometimes those trades might take a while to play out, but it just means everyone's winning, really. I'll just show you where I like to trade, though. as I said, there's all of these ones. Oh, the very simplest way on here, we'll just go through it a little bit. So I've got USDT here. I can click on trade and that'll take me to where I can trade and trade leveraged and everything. Or I can just click on convert and that's exactly what it sounds like. And it'll eventually load up here. And I might want to, you know, if I wanted to turn all that USDT into Bitcoin, I could just click on max, view the conversion, and that's going to give me 0.017 Bitcoin. So that's a form of trading, but you're really just converting one to the other. And that's, you know, there's not too many fees or anything involved. It might even be no fees involved in doing that. And when we get into the staking side of things later, that's one way you could, you know, if you had, you know, Australian dollars in here or USDT or Bitcoin, you can convert it to a different one if you wanted to. The main platform, I guess, if you, advanced and margin are basically the same. Not really many differences. We're not going to get into this one too much. And if you're just used to the MT4, this will probably look a bit confusing because they've got heaps of information here, but these are just all orders and past trades that have gone on from various different peoples. And you can come down here and you can do cross leverage. I'm not going to get into it too much. It just means it uses your whole account balance to trade with. Isolated trading is the main one you want to be interested in. And depending on the different coin, so NEO Bitcoin, you can do 10 times leverage, ZRX only 5 times. So they're all different. And they're different platforms. So if you're on isolated here, it'll show me that I'm trading trading Bitcoin against the US dollar. But even though I do have 1,000 USDT in my spot wallet, there is none here because 0.000. If you wanted to trade here, you'd have to click on transfer some from your spot wallet to your Bitcoin USDT margin, isolated margin trading account, etc., etc. So you do a margin, a leverage buy. When it's in profit, you do a sell, you take the profits, etc., etc. You can't actually, you can place, I was going to say you can't, but you can place stop limits and everything, but they're not, it's not quite as simple as placing a stop loss and a take profit like what you're used to with the MT4 platform. This area here, the margined, isolated and cross trading does give you the full range of coins. You can trade anything that's on Binance from there. So that's really where this one comes into its own because it gives you the full range of coins. The best for me, this is my personal opinion, the best place to trade though is the derivatives, which is either USD futures or your coin futures. This just means it keeps all your earnings in crypto, usually either Ethereum or Bitcoin, and this one keeps your earnings, keeps track of your earnings in USDT. So if anybody's traded at all on BitMEX, BitMEX only trades futures contracts. So let's go to this one. They don't have the same range of coins, only the ones that actually have futures contracts attached to them. I won't get into what futures contracts are exactly, but so you've got a good range of coins still. You can just search up whatever you want. So you're going to have your Ethereum ones, and there's a few different ones. So if I'm looking at Ethereum, you've got Ethereum futures contract, which it's just a quarterly. So every 3 months it expires, and you have no option but to sell at the end of that. The perpetual contracts mean they go on perpetually. If you want to hold a trade, so the perpetual ones, they just charge a fee every day, a very small fee, whereas the quarterly only charges one fee, either when you sell or when that quarterly contract ends, and it's a larger fee. But if you're going to hold a trade for, a month or more, the quarterly contracts end up being cheaper in fees. But if you're likely to, be buying and selling regularly every day, then the perpetual ones work out cheaper. Other than that, it doesn't matter too much. And like everything else, once you're in this section, you're going to have to come down here and click the transfer button to transfer some money from your spot account to your USDT futures account. And then you can convert it to any coin you like. And then you can find the correct chart and place your trades. It's pretty much the same on most trading platforms. You make sure this does say isolated. You can change it to cross, but if you don't know what you're doing and you accidentally have it on cross, you can end up blowing your entire account, not just the little portion you put into each trade. So unless you know a lot more, just always stick with isolated. I think I don't know anybody that uses cross trading. There's no real need for it. And then you can just select your leverage as well. Depending on the coin, you can go up to 125 leverage. But as I said, I'm just doing really low leverage. You can just fine tune it wherever you like. Not 1 times though, because that's not leverage. And then you just see, this is a Bitcoin one. So once you've got some funds in there, you can just use this slider bar here. You can just go all the way up and use 100% of your US. So I've got $238 USDT in my futures trading account. That's not being used at the moment. So on 2 times leverage, that's going to let me buy 0.04 Bitcoin in a leverage buy order, or in a 10 times leverage. The higher the leverage, so I've still only got the same amount of money in there. So remember that, 0.04. If I change the leverage to the highest leverage it lets me have, and now if I go for 100%, it's going to let me not 0.04, but 0.4. So it's letting me take out a much larger position, only because the margin is a lot higher. And if we just scroll down the bottom, these 4 here are my current open trades, what they call positions. Earlier on today, just a few hours ago, I had 6 trades and they were all in profit. I thought that was just going to look awesome for this call. But 2 of them closed out in profit, which is great, but they're not there to look pretty for the call. Over here, my balance.
Did you close them out yourself?
One of them hit my take profit, and the other one hit my stop loss, which was above the entry point, so it was also a profit still. So at the moment, I've just got $838 in my perpetual futures in my USDT futures trading platform. So I placed 2 trades yesterday and these 4 today. So really in like about 30 hours, and I've already closed out $85 profit. I only have 800 in there, so that's already 11% profit I made in the last 30 hours. And at the moment, my drawdown, my floating profit and loss is -$3. So that's nothing. I only just placed the Ethereum one not long ago. So they're just there, and you can. And the best part for me for using the perpetual, or not the perpetual, but just the USDT futures trading platform is that you can actually set normal take profits and stop losses. So this one that I've got on Wi-Fi, I've already placed a stop loss and that's above the entry point. And the other ones I haven't placed stop losses or take profits on, because that's the whole idea behind this strategy. So these aren't big trades. So Wi-Fi, I've got $100 there, and it's on 3 times leverage. So if Wi-Fi loses 33% of its value, then I'm going to lose $100. Ethereum, I think that's about a $250 trade. It's on 5 times leverage. So it only has to lose 20% and I would lose my $250. Or I could add more funds to it to cover it, but I'm not interested in that. So as I said, with this strategy, 5 times leverage is the highest leverage I'm looking at going with, because a 20% drop in crypto, even on Ethereum, is something that can happen from time to time. And so I want the leverage to be low enough to, to be able to handle 20%. Another coin like TRX, which is Tron, it's very volatile. Just like Ripple, it's also very volatile. Ripple, I think, is very, very volatile, which is the main reason I kept it down to 3 times leverage.
Hello.
So one little thing I've been looking at is if I bring up my trading view and I have a look at a coin that I'm sort of interested in, which is ADA, Cardano. It's a coin that I'm looking to take a trade on, and just recently my computer doesn't want to do it. Let me just, these might be all a bit old, these tabs. Most of us, I guess, know what TradingView is. It's just a very good trading platform, not trading platform, but charting platform. So you can access all your different, foreign exchange trading charts, oil, gold, silver, all the cryptos and everything. But so if I was, and I am, I'm looking to place a trade on ADA, Cardano, because I like Cardano and I'm happy to hold Cardano anyway. And if we have a look on the daily chart, as I said, you really don't need to know much about trading to put this into practice, because the whole idea is just to buy it and hang on to it until it's in profit. Simple as that. But if you have a look at Cardano, you can see that it's been going up in value a lot. Big jump up, big jump up. And that's just what a lot of coins are doing lately, because it's in a bull run, like they said. Crypto is getting more and more popular. Everyone's getting excited about it. There's whole heaps of different platforms, and the staking one we get into, it's going to be a big part of why crypto is going, or at least certain cryptos are going up in value. So the only TA, technical analysis, I'm going to do on ADA before I place a trade is I've just had a look on the daily, and it's in a big uptrend. It's going up big time. So that's good, because I'm only looking to do longs anyway, buy orders. So I'm just going to jump down onto the hourly. And as we can see, it jumped up and then it consolidated a bit, then it jumped up and it's consolidating now. So when I first had a look at this earlier today, the market was here. So I've been waiting for this pullback. So it could pull back more, but somewhere around about now, I'd be willing to take out a bit of a position. The other thing that I would want to look at is if I was to take out a position now, here, and I'm just going to scroll down, and you can see that's a 20, from there to there is a 20% drop in the value of that coin. It just goes to there. So I don't think it's likely to go that low, but it could. So I'm thinking, because 20% is just there. And, you know, it was only earlier this month when it was lower than this, you know, I would want to go leverage lower than 5 times, just as a quick assessment, just so that the market could go that far down if it wanted to, and then I just have to wait for it to recover. So I would come back to Binance, and I might as well just actually do this. Just going to type in ADA, ADA USDT. I want the perpetual one. And I already have some funds in there. If not, you just go down to the transfer button. That's all pretty self-explanatory when you go to do it. And I'm just going to place like about $100 of this into a buy order, a long order. Not on cross, that's what you got to check, not on cross, on isolated. Somebody should have picked that up for me. And I'm just going to, you know, go with probably 3 times leverage. It's just the lower the leverage, the safer it is. You don't make as much profit, but it's nice and safe. And if you're winning every trade, it doesn't really matter. And I think the whole idea of this strategy is to be easy, not require that vast technical analysis knowledge, and also to be as safe as possible. And as I was saying, it is very safe, but only while the crypto is in a bull run. You know, at some stage, and I can't tell you when, the bull run is going to be over. It's going to consolidate for a long time, or it could just go into a big downtrend and dump a lot for a long time, like it did in 2018. It just dumped big time and stayed low, you know, for 2.5 years, but then came back. But those that held their crypto all that time are now very happy chappies. Similar here, but because you leverage, you can still lose if it dumps a fair bit. But anyway, I'm just going to clicked on there to do a 50%. So that means I'm going to use 50% of my USDT to do an order, which will be, you know, obviously a little bit over $100, but that's, I could fine tune that if I wanted to, but I'm not that technical. Just make it 50%. It's nice and easy. So on 3 times leverage, that $118, which is half of that, is going to buy me 203 Cardano ADA. And then I'm just going to just double check that I've got all that right. And I'm just going to click buy. Order submitted, order partially filled, order filled. And now if I scroll down the bottom, we'll find that my added trade is sitting there. Now I like to go and put these details onto my trading view chart just so I can just visually see where those trades are. I mean, you know, I've already made 4 cents. So the entry price, that's where I took the trade out, 1.755. So I'll come back to here. And I'll just put that on 1.755. Oops, too far. If you're having trouble getting it just right, you can just zoom that chart out like that to make it a bit easier.
All these months, and that's all I had to do.
Pardon?
I didn't know that one.
No, I didn't either.
I used
zoom
to
it
sit
in and
there
out.
and I'd go, this bastard's jumping from 1680 to 1690, and I can't get the prick in the middle.
That's the same as the MT4. You can just do that.
Yeah.
Not quite as much though. But anyway, so I just put that in there, and I'll just, if you double click on that line, it'll bring up this box, and I'll just type in long 3 times. So I know what leverage I've got on and everything. And then, you know, I might measure out, you know, where maybe that's your little ruler symbol there. You just click once with TradingView. You click once, then you move it to where you want, and you click again. But you know, so that's a 5% change in the coin's value. So if the market reaches that, it's going to be 5 times my leverage, so 15. So that'll mean I'll make a 15% profit. So this was only, you know, a bit over $100. But now if the market climbs up to here, that'll be like a $16 or $17 profit for me. And obviously, you know, in a bull run, you know, that's only just barely above this most recent point. So it's most likely going to reach that very, very easily. At the moment, I've been, you know, placing my take profits at least 10%. Sometimes I don't even place a take profit. I'll just wait until it gets into, you know, like if it made it to here, I definitely put my stop loss about here, and then I can't take a loss, and I can keep an eye on it. If I'm going to go to bed and not be able to monitor it, I'll probably place a take profit somewhere. And if it hits it, awesome. If not, it'll hit my stop loss, and it'll still be a little tiny profit, and that's all good. And if it's not in profit when I go to bed, I don't care, because the whole idea here is just to let it go down as far as it wants, but have the leverage low enough so that you can handle that, and then it'll just eventually come back up and go up higher.
So just explain that low leverage again, Les. If it goes down and you've got three time leverage on it, so if it goes down 3 times, what was the story there?
Just a minute. So it's a 3 times leverage trade.
Yep.
So to lose 100% of that $100 that I put into that trade, the market would have to move 100 divided by the leverage.
Okay.
So 100 divided by 3 is 33%. So
Yep.
the market would have to move on this trade, would have to drop 33% for me to lose. Which on daily doesn't look too far. So the market would have to go down to about there for me to lose.
Yep.
You know, so that could happen still. You know, like just here, it's dropped about very close to that much and then come back up. So it's not risk-free. I hope you weren't expecting it.
But there's a lot of support there to stop it busting through.
Yeah, and the whole idea is it's in an uptrend. It's in a bull run. A 3 times leverage trade, you know, is, I mean, it's not unheard of for crypto to dump 33%, but you know, it's not terribly likely. And if you're a little bit concerned about that, you'd simply make it a 2 times leverage trade, and then it would have to drop 50%. So then it would have to come right down to there, which is below even this little long wick, you know, so you'd have to come right back here to February when it was lower. But the whole basis and assumption behind this strategy is that crypto is just going to keep going up for the next few months. I don't know how long. It could keep going up all year. It could have a big drop somewhere in between there and there. It could keep going up for longer. I don't really know. So while it's in this bull run, I'm just intending on taking, you know, making the most of it, you know, getting in amongst these trades and placing heaps of trades. And
so most of these,
at the moment, I'm not playing with a large amount of money because I'm just getting a bit of a feel for it myself, but it is looking really good. Hence I wanted to just share this. But yeah, I'll just keep building this up. You know, I've just got a couple of grand sitting in Binance at the moment. If I can just keep building that up, shoot, I mean, like, as I said, I've made 11% profit already on that little bit that I've got in there. And that's in 1 day, 1.5 days. I mean, you only need to make, you know, it doesn't matter what, any trader, it doesn't matter whether you're a crypto trader, Forex trader, whatever. If you're averaging 10% a month, long term, then you're doing very well. It's just at the moment, trading like this, because crypto just keeps going up and up, and if you just keep doing buys, longs, then in theory, you know, you don't lose. So at the moment, doing this, people are making a hell of a lot more than 10% a month.
and
Like
it's a lot better than, as you know, I was sort of considering just buying some coins and just holding them. Whereas here, we can do the same thing, but also win on the leverage.
Yeah. So tonight, talking about the low leverage trading and also talking about the staking side of things. The whole idea is to only trade or only stake coins that you'd be willing to hold long term anyway.
Yeah.
So if you went and bought Cardano, and held it in your wallet, okay, that's like a 1-to-1 leverage trade. You're just holding it; it's going to go up in value. That's fine. But if you're willing to take on a little bit of risk and do a 2 times leverage trade, then as it goes up, you're making twice as much. If it goes up 10%, you make 20% profit. The only risk is that, the market might, Cardano would have to drop by 50%, and then you'd lose out. But you only got to get a few trades ahead, and then you can cover a loss anyway. So, and that's going to also be the same when we get on to staking here in a minute, is if you're already holding, let's say you're already holding BNB coin, right? And I still am holding BNB coin because it's
Did
got
you get
great
it straight
potential.
away when it come out?
No, I did, but only to use it as to pay for the fees on Binance. I never owned a real lot, unfortunately. And the main reason that BNB coin's gone up so much recently is this staking platform we're going to talk about in a minute. So yeah, if you're already holding BNB, or you thought you'd be happy to hold BNB, then you might as well have it staked as well and be earning a great annual return on it while you're holding it. There's absolutely no reason not to stake it as opposed to hold it. You'd just be silly to just hold it because you can stake it. You're still holding it, but you've staked it as well. And with this platform, you can access it anytime you like still. And you're going to get this great return. All right. So was there
if that trade did go right the way down and Cardano lost 50%, does that like sort of margin out that particular trade without you having to set a stop loss then? Is that what it's doing? Because you've set aside
I've basically got a stop loss on a 3 times leverage trade. Means I basically put a stop loss at 33%.
Yeah.
I haven't, but it'll get to there and it'll get liquidated, margined out, and that $100 will be gone.
So you set aside a set amount for each trade when you're doing crypto rather than it being able to eat all your balance. That's a big difference, so, isn't it? Yeah.
With our Forex trading, remember this one, the isolated as opposed to the cross. All our Forex trading is essentially cross trading, which means your whole account balance could potentially be at risk if one trade went really, really bad. You could have a $10,000 account, place a 0.01 trade on Forex, and if it went against you far enough and long enough, you could lose that whole $10,000 in one tiny trade. You wouldn't let that happen because you'd have stop losses in place and you'd get scared and close it out well before that. But that's basically cross trading. So if you have it on cross, that could happen. So isolated simply means we're isolating a small portion of our funds for that trade. Yeah. And that's even without putting in a stop loss, you can't lose any more than what you've isolated for that trade. And in this case, it was $119.
And you just did that by I couldn't see that on that screen. So perhaps because there's so much to look at on there.
You can move our pictures out of the way if you like, guys.
So when you place the trade, down at the bottom, got you. Okay.
Yeah. So when I placed the trade, I had $238 USDT there, and I just clicked on that middle line there, which just instantly gives me a 50% of my balance trade.
Yeah.
Or you can slide that however you like, or you can just literally type in exactly how much you want, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And Binance via the app. You can't do it via the screen. It doesn't look good now. They're all red.
E7 the shit, isn't it?
A little bit, not too bad. It's only gone down a tiny bit. That's a 5 times leverage, so that's 7 divided by 5. That only means it's lost 1% value,
1%.
1.2% value or something. We can come up here and have a look. I don't know why my trading view wants to go slow like this slightly.
Mine does too.
And Les, did you say if you didn't like it at 5% during the middle of a trade, you can change it? Or not, once you've placed it?
On this particular platform, you can't, no.
No. I thought you said somewhere
locked
about you
into
could
that one.
change it.
That's
Oh, okay.
Depends on what platform you're trading on. With BitMEX, you could change
Right.
anytime you like.
Yeah.
I think
So if it
some of the
started to go
other,
against you, you could reduce your leverage.
you could reduce your leverage, which would mean you'd have to put more of your capital
More.
into the trade as well, which essentially did the same thing on BitMEX. But
Yeah.
you know, you could just take out another position on that same one again, and then they would just with the MT4 platform, if you took out a buy and then a bit later you took out another buy, you have 2 totally separate trades there. With crypto, if you take out a position and then the market comes down to here, you take out another position, it just gives you one position that's cost averaged in the middle there somewhere. So taking out another position would also essentially add more funds to it to give you more breathing room. But I just try to keep it simple and let it play out one way or the other.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, you know, like, so I've got $838 in this platform. 119 of it's not being used. So just here between these 5 trades is like not quite $700 or just over $700. You know, this one, the worst I can do in here is lose 100. I've already made nearly $90 today and yesterday anyway. You know, so the thing is with crypto though, if Bitcoin goes down or up, the others tend to follow as well. So they're all, I guess, what we would, us Forex people would call, they're all reasonably closely correlated. All right, any questions on that basic sort of rundown of Binance and low leverage trading?
Les, does it mean that you have to be aware of where the crypto is all the time?
Before you place a trade, you'd want to do a little bit of an analysis and know exactly what you're doing. Or maybe not exactly, but it's, and then as I said, what I like to do is put a stop loss in place like I have here once it's in profit. And so this trade here now on YFI, if I just click, how you do it, you just click on the edit icon and you place your, I haven't got to take profit in yet, but I've placed a stop loss at 55,000 USDT, which means I'd take a $2 profit. Okay. So if this trade goes bad, I'm still going to make $2 profit out of it. So that one there now is a no risk trade, a risk-free trade, and I wouldn't have to care at all about it. These other ones, I'm just going to let them play out. They may go into the negative more than they already are, and then when they come back up and go green into profit, then I can add a stop loss to it or take some profit. But it's still trading, so you still need to follow the market a bit and know a little bit about trading. When we get onto the staking here in a minute, it's the one where you literally don't need to know anything at all. You don't need to follow. You don't need to hardly do anything.
Sounds good.
So should we get onto that now?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
As well. I'll give tea late, doesn't matter.
Okay, so Binance, which is where we're on now, it is the biggest, largest, most used cryptocurrency exchange in the world. Been around for a long time. They do pretty much everything there is to do with crypto now. So it's an extremely big, solid company. And BNB is their Binance coin. And it's when you're trading on Binance, if you own BNB, it allows you to get all the fees are only 50% of what they would be if you were to just not use BNB for it. And that used to really be the only use for the BNB coin until they've brought out this really exciting looking website called pancakeswap. Now, I feel the terms here are going to sound a bit strange, if not just outright funny or absurd, but we'll just go through it. Now, what they've done here, and this is you can just use this platform to simply, not to trade, but to exchange. So you can buy coins. If anybody's ever used a site called Uniswap, it's just where it's pretty much the same thing, except the fees on Uniswap are probably 10 times as large as they are on pancakeswap, which is why this is getting so much attention and getting more and more use. Uniswap's still bigger, but I don't think it will be for long. So from here, you can just, if you had Ethereum, you could, just exchange it for any other coin, including BNB that you like. So there's a fair bit to this site as well, which we won't get into, but there's two things: there's farms and pools. They're both platforms where you can stake these different coins. Let my high-speed broadband catch up. Now, all the profits that you make on here not all of them, but the majority of the profits that you make from staking coins here, those profits are paid to you in a coin that's called cake. Once you earn your cake, you can then, convert it into Ethereum, Bitcoin, and then into Australian dollars or whatever you like. Once you've earned it, you can convert it to whatever you want. But that's what it's paid in cake. And BNB is a coin. So on the farms, you have to stake. So to earn here, you have to stake cake and BNB. 50% value of cake, 50% value of BNB. And if you do that, you're going to make 60.73% APR, which is annual percentage rate. Now, this isn't a fixed percentage. It does go up and down. A few weeks ago, this was on 83% or something. So it does change a lot. So that's one thing you want to keep an eye on. If you like this one down here, it's 144%, which means if it stayed at 144%, it simply means you would make 144% profit for the year. But you might stake WIN and BNB because it's a nice high percentage, and then next month that percentage might have dropped a bit, and this one might be looking better. So you can simply unstake this, sell your WIN for cake, and stake it up here on one that's paying out higher. There's a lot of options. We can sort all the different farms by a few different areas. APR. Okay, so this one here, Mcoin, it's paying 538% profit per year. Wow, exciting! That's great. But with it's also a higher risk one because Mcoin, I don't know anything about it really, but it's most likely a coin that could, lose value. So the only risk associated with staking coins here is that the coin you have staked loses a lot of value while you have it staked. I could stake a heap of, I could stake $10,000 here right now and then unstake it tomorrow. So there's no lock-in period. So I think that risk is fairly minimal. particularly, and like I said before, my plan here is to only stake coins that I'm happy to hold. Mcoin isn't one I'm happy to hold, even though that's really exciting. I guess what you could do though, you could just stake it for a week and get out and hope for the best. But with that higher return, there does come higher risk.
It shows the liquidity. Does it show how long a coin has been around? Or you got to
No,
search
it
that
won't.
elsewhere?
It won't show that. That's a very DeFi coin.
in
It's
details.
it's a you can if you, but not just from this page to click on it. There's a whole heap here. It's just like being on Binance. You're not going to know what most of them are. But
even in details, it's not telling you. So what its uses or?
no, it won't tell you that. It'll just tell you the details of the farm.
Okay.
But you can, obviously you can see that coin. You can go and Google it and find out exactly what it is and everything.
Yep.
So that's we've just sorted it by the annual percentage rate. So the highest to the lowest. Earlier today, like this afternoon, this was 700%. It's gone down 200% in the last few hours. So these ones change a lot. The more solid ones, not so much. So that's just sorting by the highest. If you want to see what the highest is, good fun, but you can sort it by which ones are popular at the moment, the hot ones. So that'd be a good way to have a look at what everyone else is up to. You can sort it by liquidity. Now this is an important one. So BNB is Binance's coin. Cake is the coin that this whole platform pays out in. So both of these coins. Sorry?
1.5 billion.
Yeah. So these two coins are basically, in my opinion, the two most solid coins on here, because BNB obviously is. It's used. You'll see all of these different farm. Each one of these is a farm. That's the term. Nearly all of them have BNB in it. There's a couple that are BUSD, but they're nearly all BNB. And so 50% of this is BNB. 50% of the value is cake. So at the moment, there is 1.5 billion with a B US dollars worth of this staked. The higher the amount that's staked, the less volatile this percentage rate will be, because it's all tied up and staked. So getting back to why BNB's got such good potential, so 1.5 billion. So that means there is $750 million worth of BNB staked just in this farm at the moment. This one, there's basically $1 billion. So there's 500 million BNB, so half of that, staked in this farm. So that's fair. So there's 1.2 billion of BNB already staked. Another 250 million of BNB, another 200 million of BNB. So you can imagine there are a lot of farms. So that's a heck of a lot of BNB that's staked. And as I said, this pancakeswap is pretty much set to take over from Uniswap. It's getting more and more popular. So these figures are only going to go up, which simply means that BNB is going to be in more and more demand, which can only push the price of BNB up. So even though BNB is at an all-time high, like a lot of cryptos, it should still just keep going up, in my opinion.
So taking this sort of information back to leverage trading,
yes. Exactly.
you've
That's what
got
I've been doing too.
BNB is up there.
Yep. So actually what I was thinking, I don't know if this would play out or not, but if we sort by the return rate,
Yeah.
at the moment this one's really high. So what do you think there might be a few people that are going to stake this just because it looks exciting? I would say yes.
Yeah.
Maybe only short term though. So, and I probably don't want to stake here, but maybe this coin, I don't know, but maybe I could just go and do a quick leverage trade on it. Because if you have a look and all of a sudden there's a new coin that takes the top position, or you see one that's going up, that means people are buying it and staking it. So just get in, do a quick leverage trade. Don't try and hold it for too long, but get in, make some profit, get out. That could be a good indicator that it's a trade worth taking too. Just a thought. I haven't put that into practice, but just a thought.
I like
but
it.
I think as far as staking goes, sorting by liquidity, you know, like this has got the most liquidity, you know, the most money that's staked. So this is really solid. And really simply by owning Cake and owning BNB, you're making a 60% return per year. That's, you know, all things being said and done, that's still pretty damn good. Okay, so that's the farms. The farms are 2 different coins staked together. That's all a farm means. The other one is pools. And they are syrup pools, just so you can have some syrup on your cake. That doesn't really mean anything, the syrup, it's just what they've called it. So what I've done, Cake, annual percentage rate is 139. So I could have staked Cake and BNB together in one of the farms, which is what I'm thinking of doing, and I would be making 60% profit per year. But just by staking Cake on its own in the syrup pool, I'm making 139%. So that was, I just figured, you know, Cake's just gonna hold value or go up in value because so many people are buying it to stake it, but it's the one that I'm willing to hold. So if I'm willing to hold it, I'm silly not to stake it. And, you know, that's pretty much a huge return per year. So for doing nothing, you literally do nothing now. So there's 2 ones here. There's a manual restaking. So here you just earn your Cake and you just got to restake it manually whenever you want. This one here, it automatically restakes. You know, so I just staked this afternoon, and already I've earned 0.01827 Cake, which isn't much. It's still only talking about cents, but I only staked it tonight. And what I've staked is 18.3 Cake, which is $726 US dollars. There is, if you unstake it, you can unstake it anytime you like, but if you unstake it within 72 hours of the original staking, you've got to pay a 0.1% fee, which is still only a tiny fee. With this one, you can unstake it anytime you like with no fee at all. So you can get all your money back anytime you like with no fees. This one, if you want to get it, unstake it within 72 hours, 3 days, then you got that little tiny fee. I thought it was funny because it's not a very big fee anyway. So I'm earning Cake. Over here, you can earn UST, which is a type of USDT. And, you know, there's just all different ones. You can actually, some of them you can earn not Cake, but you can stake Cake and earn Win. Stake Cake, earn Tron. So there's a whole heap of different setups and everything. As I said, there's a lot all in there. But what you need to do, your money, your coins, don't ever actually leave your own wallet. You have to link a wallet to it. I've linked this little fox up here. This is my MetaMask wallet, which I find the easiest to use with pancakeswap when you're doing it on your PC. It just, you know, we can probably go through exactly how to set it up. But if you want to if you don't have the MetaMask wallet already, you just go to metamask.io and download. There are a few rip-off ones that aren't really, I don't know if they're scams or what, but they're not really the proper MetaMask wallet. And once it's on here, you just sort of link pancakeswap to it and follow the prompts basically. You can send, what I did was I sent Ethereum. So the MetaMask wallet's got the Ethereum network. So I actually sent some Ethereum that I had to this wallet address. So I ended up with Ethereum in my MetaMask. Then I had to transfer it from the Ethereum network to the Binance Smart Chain network, because this all works off the Binance Smart Chain network, which is why it's so fast and so cheap. To do a transaction on the Ethereum network, if it was going to cost me about $16 for the transfer fees, doing the same transfer on the Binance network is going to cost me like 10 cents instead of $15. So a huge difference in fees. The Uniswap platform that I was talking about, they do everything on the Ethereum platform. And I guess that's the main reason why this is just getting so popular, because the fees are, you know, so much smaller. There's a couple of slight advantages to Uniswap at the moment. They do have a few more coins that pancakeswap doesn't have, but really, how many coins do you need to play with? If you come to the home page, it's a bit hard probably to show you, but when you first jump on pancakeswap, there'll be a button that says Connect Wallet, and you know you can, if you've got MetaMask, you connect to MetaMask. If you want to do all this on your phone, you can, and using the Trust Wallet on your phone, TRUST, is probably one of the easiest ways to do it from your phone. I've used Trust Wallet on my phone for quite a few different things before. So obviously we've got all these really good returns, so that's good. Other than that, the advantages are, nobody really has your money. It's still all just linked to your wallet, but still all in your wallet. It's all happening automatically on the Binance Smart Chain network. So that's the Binance blockchain. And what runs it is what's called a smart contract. So it's just a program that's hardwired into the smart chain network, and it does everything. So as I earn my returns, earn my cake, it's not like somebody on the other end's got to go, okay, transfer those funds to this guy, transfer this to this guy. It's just all automatically being done by the Binance blockchain. So it's paying me my cake, it's restaking my cake, it's sending that cake goes straight into my wallet whenever I harvest it, et cetera, et cetera. So there's no real risk other than the fact that the coin could lose value. Comparing it to something like Hyperfund returns are higher, but your funds are locked in for, up to 600 days. So, that's really the difference. There's no like referral program or anything attached to pancakeswap. So you just go and do it, and you earn your money. There's no advantages whatsoever of telling people about it or referring people to it. But we might as well be doing it, as far as I'm concerned.
Are they sort of 0.5% returns on a day?
Well, let's just have a look at the one I'm doing in the pools. Look, it's gone up to 143. It was only 138 just before. Now it's going to 139. Got excited for a minute. So that's 139% per year. So 139 divided by 365, it's 0.38% per day.
Yeah, right.
Nothing to scoff at though, especially considering that, really like nothing's risk-free, but this is definitely what you would call low risk. And I'd be silly to own BNB just sitting in my Exodus wallet. It might as well be sitting in my MetaMask wallet linked to this, earning me whatever, depending on how I've got it staked, anywhere between whatever. Some of them are only 10 and 12 and 15% returns per year. Some of them, as you said, right up to 500 or more at times. On the home page, without searching, if you're just on the home page, it says earn up to 519 annual percentage rate in farms. So that was that one we just looked at, that M coin. So if you just have a look here, you can see which one's the highest. The other day, the highest one was only 400. And then I looked early today and it was 700. So I quickly jumped in the farms to see what it was. But anyway.
Yeah.
And Les, MetaMask wallet, that's like a trust wallet, is it? Same thing?
It's same but
I'm just
different, I
trying to
guess. It's essentially
Yeah, so-
it's essentially an Ethereum network wallet, which you can add when you start using pancakeswap. It'll prompt you to add the smart chain one as well. So Binance Smart Chain. When I first had it, it was just this one, and it had all these. Well, I don't even know what they are, but the Binance
Right.
Smart Chain system wasn't there. When I
Right.
started using pancakeswap, it prompted me to download and add it. Or I don't know if download's the right word, but prompted me to add it.
Yeah.
I just had to click. It added this option here. And you do have to, if you've got Ethereum or something in here, you do need to send it to here. And that
Right.
is actually a little bit of a process too. You have to go to trade. And then it's all frozen up on me. Wait, keep going. Do it for me. You go to trade and there's an option that's called bridge, which just means you send it from the Ethereum network to Binance. It automatically goes to Binance and then bounces back as Ethereum, but into the smart chain system. It doesn't want to do it.
And then where you stake, you're still like your cake or whatever it is you're staking is held in your MetaMask wallet or your trust wallet. And you don't need to, so you don't put it, so is that,
Doesn't really
that
leave.
wallet? You don't.
Every time that the transaction goes on, your MetaMask wallet pops up asking for permission and all of that.
Right.
When you're in the farms though, you've actually got to combine. So you've got to combine cake and BNB for that one. You've got to combine them together, and then you end up with something called a cake BNB LP token, which is essentially the same thing, but that's just how they word it. So then when you unstake it, you unstake it, it separates the two, and they come back to you then. But in your MetaMask wallet, if I open that up, I won't have any yet, but because it's automatically getting restaked the whole time. But your cake will just end up in here.
Right.
But you'll also like this pancakeswap site isn't actually owned per se by Binance, but they're definitely close bedfellows. And the whole idea of it is for, the whole idea of pancakeswap is to push up the value of BNB, which is the Binance coin.
Right.
But anyway, lots of stuff in there to play with.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get my head around where it sits. If we've moved something, I think it's the whole journey of moving it from, say you've got Bitcoin or Ethereum already, it's the journey it takes. You've got to set up an account on pancakeswap. You've got to have another sort of wallet.
You don't even set up an account on pancakeswap. You just click a button that links your wallet to it.
Oh, okay. And
So
and then any of this stuff that you're doing with farms or staking or adding syrup is sitting in this MetaMask wallet or Trust
yeah,
wallet,
or
whatever it
whichever
is you've
wallet you
used.
want to connect to it, really.
Right,
But
okay.
like MetaMask or Trust,
Yeah.
it has to be something that accepts the Binance Smart Chain network.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is my MetaMask wallet, and then normally MetaMask wallet is just running on the Ethereum network,
Yeah.
which is the ERC20 network. So once you've got, so I can just send from wherever, anywhere, into this address. So if I click on that one, now I'm on the Ethereum network. I can just copy that address, and I can send my Ethereum to there. But from there, it's a little bit like if you're trying to transfer money around from Binance, there's a whole heap of different options. You can send your USDT by the Ethereum network, by the Tron network, by the Binance network, and there's probably some others as well. It's still Ethereum. It's still normal Ethereum. It's still got the same value. It's just Ethereum, but at the moment it's sitting on the Ethereum blockchain. You need to send it as Ethereum. It comes back to you as Ethereum, but now it's sitting on the Binance blockchain. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, sort of, yeah, it does.
Sort of, yeah. But yeah, no, it
It does. No, it's just about mapping it out, isn't it? Yeah, and seeing where it. And
I think
and some of
a mate
it
of
would
mine
be held
actually
in.
put together a slide or a set of photos showing the pathways that it all takes. So I might see if I can get a hold of that too.
I'm quite visual like that. I prefer to see
Yeah.
it as a diagram. Yeah, that would help.
Mm.
And if you've got it stuck in, say, I didn't mean stuck, but stored in, say, like you mentioned, Exodus wallet or NanoX or whatever, we would have to move it onto Binance. Potentially is the best place to put it, is it? Transfer some funds onto Binance so we could do some trading and then launch into some of this stuff.
Yeah, I think if somebody doesn't already own crypto or doesn't already have an exchange account somewhere, they could just open up a Binance account, do the KYC there so they can actually purchase with a credit card there. From there, they could do their trading. Obviously, that's easy. They could send some funds to a MetaMask wallet, link it to pancakeswap to stake some stuff. One little trick that I found, which had me confused for a moment, I was trying to swap some Ethereum to Cake so that I could stake it. And I was doing this through the pancakeswap. But when you say go and do it, the MetaMask wallet was popping up and you just have to click approve. But my approve button wasn't highlighted. It wasn't letting me do it. And the reason was because I'm using the Binance Smart Chain, you have to have a little bit of BNB in there because that's what you have to have in there to pay for the fees, the transfer fees and everything. So that was what had me stuck for a little while. So I just swapped some of my USDT on Binance to BNB and I just sent it to this address here. And so then I had some BNB there. That's enough BNB to cover me for months and months worth of transaction fees. As I said, it only costs a few cents each time. This is all completely frozen up on me, it has.
It's quite a lot to get your head around, but it's very exciting. Thank you.
No, there is.
Is everybody else feeling a bit like brain numb?
Yeah, no doubt. Took me a while to
Completely.
Yeah, it's blown my mind a bit.
The trading, yeah, I'll have a get into that. While this bull market run, like you say.
Yeah.
I've been mucking around with pancakeswap for 2.5 weeks and yeah, starting to feel I'm getting on top of it a bit, but it's different.
It's a nice interface. I like it.
Yeah.
There we go. We're back in business again now. So as I was saying before, if I've got Ethereum in my MetaMask wallet, but it's still on the Ethereum blockchain, and I need to get it onto the Binance blockchain because all of pancakeswap works on the Binance chain, I've got to go to trade, exchange. So this is the part that Jan's really well versed in. She's just using the swap feature to buy different coins. So she might have whatever Bitcoin in there.
No, there's all the shit coins.
Yeah, but I'm just saying whatever you're using to
Oh,
purchase
yes.
to purchase all the other coins. So, you know, she'd be buying whichever coin. So that's just simply, well, they call it swap, but you're really just essentially purchasing all different coins through that. That's what that's for.
Yeah.
But if you need to, this is what when you want to take it from your Ethereum network and put it onto the Binance Smart Chain network, you got to click on Bridge because
Yes.
you got the Ethereum network, for Ethereum blockchain, the Binance blockchain, and you just got to make a little bridge between them to get it from one to the other. So it depends on what you're doing, but I had Ethereum, so I want to take it from the Ethereum network to the Binance Smart Chain network. You put in how much you want to transfer, you know, like 1.2 Ethereum, and click Connect Wallet. The MetaMask wallet is the one I'm using. And probably just got upset because I don't have any money there. And then, so here where it says destination, the destination is going to be the Smart Chain wallet address. So you can switch on your MetaMask wallet, you can switch, have a look at what you got on the Ethereum blockchain. You know, I've got a little tiny bit of F still sitting there, but I don't have anything else. And if I go to, so it's still my same wallet, but I'm going to the Binance blockchain now. And here I have BNB, but no Ethereum. Yes, so it's the destination because it's coming out of the Ethereum network. It's going into the Binance network. So the destination is your Binance Smart Chain wallet address. And then this takes a little while because it actually goes to Binance. I don't know what they do. They sprinkle their magic dust on it and it comes back on the Binance Smart Chain. And this other option here, liquidity. This is where you go to if you want to go into one of the farms. You've got to join Cake and BNB together for that particular farm. So you do that on the liquidity one here. So you've got to add liquidity. So you've got to get. So if I was going to do this one and I wanted to do the Cake, like we were just saying. So now I want to join BNB and Cake together. So if I want to, I don't have much BNB there, but if I just click on it, I've already got this much BNB. So to stake in this particular pool, I'm going to need I need to purchase 1.5 Cake, but I don't have any, but I need 1.5 Cake in order to, to have 50% Cake, 50% BNB, and then I can join them together, and then I can stake them in the farm. So there's a bit more involved in using the farms. I was talking to a mate of mine before as to, he was talking about the farms and doing the cake B&B and combining them. And when he first started doing that 5 weeks ago or something, he was getting 90, I think it might have been over 100% for a while. So the cake B&B was paying out a lot more. At the moment, it's 60%, which is still good. So I was watching the video he made about that. But then when I had a look at the pools and I saw that I could get 140% by just staking cake, I thought, well, gee whiz, that sounds a lot better than going through the trouble of joining two together to get in a pool to only make 60%. And so I quizzed him about that. And he said that at the time, the farm was paying out a lot more than the syrup pool. So you're going to want to keep a bit of an eye on it to see which part of the whole pancake swap scenario is actually paying out the most. You know, so if this drops down to 50 and the farm's getting back up to 100, maybe I want to unstake it from here and put it into a farm. You can just swap and change and jiggle it around and try and keep the money coming in at the best rate possible, I guess.
But in that syrup pool, you're building up cake that you can then use to do that liquidity button to merge cake and
it
B&B
could, yeah.
together.
At the moment, the one I'm in here is the auto cake one. It's automatically doesn't really say it there, but it's compounding. So when I first staked it this afternoon, this figure was 18.361. So my actual staked amount of cake has gone up a little bit this afternoon because all of this has automatically been put into here and restaked.
Yeah.
So this one's automatically compounding. You know, what I can do is if I've got some more cake, I can just click on the plus. But I don't have any, but if I had some, and I could just stake it, add it to what I already have staked. If I want to withdraw some of it, some of my earnings, half of my actual original staking, I can just come in here and whatever, withdraw unstake 25%, 50%, whatever I want. But for the next 2 days and 13 hours and 12 minutes, I'll have to pay this little fee if I do that.
And then where does that cake end up once
The
you
cake will end up
unstake
in my
it?
MetaMask wallet.
Which is where it is already, isn't it? But it's just staked in there.
Yes.
Or is it
is it
sitting on pancakeswap at the minute?
The way it was explained to me is that it's still in your wallet.
Right, but it's like ring fenced in some way.
Yeah. Every time pancakeswap wants to do something, MetaMask pops up and you got to click confirm.
Right.
So yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I guess when you combine two together for a farm, you get like a receipt for that, which is what you're actually staking, but it's still all in. As far as I know, it's still all in your wallet. That's the way it's explained to me anyway, because I definitely asked that question. But even, you know, all that aside, you know, you still have access to unstake it anytime you like, because it's essentially Binance. It's not, but essentially it is Binance. It's, you know, it's something that you can have a lot of trust in, you know.
Cool. And are you doing this all on a laptop, Les, in the main, or are you? Yeah. So you're not.
I just do it on a laptop.
Taking messages on a phone or anything. You're not remote doing it, no.
No, you can definitely do it on your phone if you've got the Trust wallet. If you've, I'll just explain this if I can. If you've got the Trust wallet, you just open up your Trust wallet, and then down the bottom of your Trust wallet, you'll have something called dApps. They just call them dApps. You click on that, and if you scroll down, you'll find pancakeswap. You just click on that, it'll take you to pancakeswap site. And if you click connect wallet, Trust wallet will pop up and you can just connect it to the Trust wallet. And then it looks exactly the same on your phone as it does on the screen here. And you can just do it all from there. It's exactly the same.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm using Trust Wallet.
Yeah. Cool. I guess we've been talking for a while, so if there's no questions, I might stop recording. Time flies when you're having fun. Didn't realise it was that late. No questions?
Probably plenty.
Probably.
Yes.
But
My
any
head
questions
feels-
now?
Mm.
All
It just
right, I'll
makes me
stop
feel
him.
hungry.